I get questions a lot. How do you have so much growing? And let me tell you, this was not easy and it required a lot of work starting back in December, okay? I'm gonna show you what I did to like prepare myself for this garden, how I started things early. Always start early, even though people may tell you not to. I live by that motto. You start early. You can always keep them in the greenhouse until it's time to go outside, or inside your house. You don't have to have a greenhouse, by the way. It's always about growing and evolving. When I started gardening, my boyfriend at the time, was now my husband, made me this little 4x4 bed out of wooden planks. We filled it with soil from Home Depot, and I literally thought I was ballin'. I was bitching. I was like, I'm a YouTube gardener now. I would watch garden tours on YouTube, and I was like fixated on having this big ass garden. I started small and I just had a dream. I was like, I want this big garden one day. But where we lived at the time, we used to live in California, our backyard was super small, just wasn't attainable, and that was okay. You don't have to have a big garden, but if it's something you really want, just know that if you keep working towards it, you will get it. And finally, I have something I'm really proud of because I worked really fucking hard on it. Back in December, this is what I started with. You just go get a poster board from Walmart, all right? And I literally, can you see this? I literally made my garden beds, okay? And I bought those little mini stickers and I wrote every single variety I want to grow. That's step one. Plan your garden out. Put it on a napkin. I used to literally write it on napkins when I would be sitting at my desk when I used to not work from home. I used to work in an office. You can do it anywhere, but that's just my preferred method because it's big and I can work on it whenever. So make a plan of your garden. What do you envision? And always make it bigger and better than what it might actually be, because I believe in manifesting your destiny. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to organize your seeds. That way when it does come time to start, you're not searching everywhere for seeds, unless you have a type E personality and that works better for you. Some people that works better. I'm very type A and I get very easily overwhelmed. So I need things to be organized. So again, it's all about what works best for you. So I have 2 boxes like this filled with seeds. These are picture organizer boxes. Some people have them in binders, which I think is actually a really cool way to do it as well. I've seen a couple different methods. And then what you do is you're going to organize your seeds by the dates you're going to start them. So all of my flowers that take about 6 weeks, I'd write the date ahead. I'd look ahead. Here's a good example. These are all my pumpkins, okay? It says March 22nd, 6 weeks. That way I knew, okay, it's March 22nd. Here's my box. I'm gonna go out to my greenhouse. I'm gonna go to where my soil and my seed starting kit is, and I'm going to start these seeds today. It makes it very easy to do it that way, I think. You know, depending on the weather, what you think the weather's gonna look like, you don't have to abide by it. It's a great starting guideline. I know for a fact if all of a sudden it was March and I had to go through all of my seeds and I had no idea what it was starting, it would be a clusterfuck. I'd miss things. In like December and January, I literally just spent hours tediously going over this to make sure that everything was in place. So when I did start, it would be effortless and not as much work, and that way I wouldn't grow to resent it. It's like an escape for me. So I didn't want to grow to resent it because it was becoming so much hard work. It's work, don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to set myself up for not failure. When there's like 3 weeks, 6 weeks, that's how long you want to, if you're seed starting. By the way, I bought nursery starts for the first 2 to 3 years. I just got my first real seed starting setup this year. So everything I'm talking about, it's not assumed that this is attainable in your first year. I find you can get the best results at less work or less money, kinda, if you do it this way. Well, it's an investment the first year, but then if you take care of like your lights and your greenhouse, then you don't have to spend money on nursery starts the next couple of years. But that's all I bought the first couple of years because I didn't have grow lights, I didn't have a greenhouse. You know, you just make do. And nursery starts, there's nothing wrong with supporting small businesses. Don't buy from Home Depot if you can avoid it. Go to like a local nursery if you have one. There's a bee. Yeah, with the dates, that just means how many dates you should start it ahead in your greenhouse. So I don't know if you guys know this. I learned this not too long ago, but let's take a pepper for example. Okay, We all know what a pepper packet looks like. When you see something that says 80 days, I'm just letting you know, it's 80 days from transplant, okay? So it's not, I put the seed in the ground, in 80 days I'll have a full bush of peppers. That's unfortunately not how it works. Same for tomatoes. You learn to read the seed packets, but like for things like radishes, when it says 30 days, it's usually around 30 days. Carrots, things that you don't transplant, but a lot of things like peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, things that you always start in greenhouses. I mean, you obviously can put them in the ground, but unless you live in a super hot climate, that's probably not gonna work in your favor. Although volunteers, they be surprising us every day. So like I started my peppers 8 weeks, like the second week of February. I set them out mid-April, and it's 80 days from mid-April. So just a little tidbit that I did not know, okay? I'm really bad at these sitting down videos like this. I just ramble and none of it makes sense. So I apologize if that was lame, and I won't do it again if you guys don't want to hear me talk like this. But no, I feel like I skipped steps. You make your poster boards, you organize your seeds. Oh yeah, if soil. Anyways, I'm sorry this was rambling and probably boring, and honestly, just like tell me not to make one of these again if you don't want me to. But I hope any of this information helped, just in kind of like what I did to prepare for this year. Deuces.